So a couple months ago, I'm prepping for a show that I'm playing in Iowa City, and I'm just kind of going through songs to play, and I'm realizing that at a certain point in the night, I'm gonna want to slow things down a little bit, take it a little bit more chill. While hearing the song, the whole time I could hear the vocals to SexyBack by Justin Timberlake in my head just constantly. I'm like, man, I need a good remix of SexyBack to mix with this song to create a perfect moment. So I'm looking around the internet all over the place. I know there's plenty of them out there, but I just couldn't find one that was right for me. So I decided the night before my show in Iowa that I was just gonna make a chill tech house SexyBack edit for myself. It wasn't gonna be anything serious, just a chill edit. So here's what that chill edit sounds like.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Some other boys don't know how to act. Yeah. I think it's special what's behind your back. Yeah.
Obviously, the edit didn't end up as chill as I wanted it to, but anyway, I'm going to break it down for you here in Logic, and I'm also going to release the track tomorrow for free download everywhere. That's right, I am breaking I think it's been like 3 months, SoundCloud silence from me. I'm back on SoundCloud, and we're going to try to make this a consistent thing again. I got a lot of plates spinning with Patreon and YouTube and SoundCloud and the record deal and all of this, but I'm loving every minute of it. So, yeah, more free downloads for you guys. Let's break it down. All right, so first and foremost, I started with this saw right here to replicate the actual melody of the original track. If you break down this saw melody into 1 octave, then you actually get what is the original melody. I then made sure I threw the section of the vocals that I had in mind for the remix immediately.
Go ahead and go with it. Go ahead and go with it. Go ahead and go with it.
To support that, we also have this pad right here. And this synth that I'll explain later. Put those all together.
Go ahead and go with it. 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 Go ahead and go with it.
Let's move into the drums. Got a kick clap structure right here. Add some hi-hats. Some tambourines and shakers. These are from my sample packs available on my Patreon. Let's get some extra percussion in there. Some congas to finish that off. Next we have literally the same fucking bass sound I've used in almost every remix, and it has never done me wrong. Let's go with the signature Proppa 808. What this is doing is actually following the same kind of melody sequence that saw is in the beginning, just with extra notes, which means that this is also following the same sequence that the original song is following. So all of the drums and the bass line together sound like this. Let's put some support synths in there for later in the drop. Now, I was talking about that ambience before. That ambience is actually, this ambience is actually a reverbed out, washed out version of this synth. This is a synth that's kind of just used as a sequencer. I'm using LFO tool to get that gate effect on the pluck, and then I'm also using Bahala's frequency echo to get that kind of underground garage effect on it. Let's throw in some more support synths with these saw stabs. The big boy over here is the respace that intros most of the drops. Comes in here too. Just looking quickly at some of these effects, we've got some crash cymbals, we've got some sweeps going on. Let's check it out with those sounds in there. I think one of the things that makes this track is actually the fills that I added in. So if you check out some of the fills on this drop, my favorite is this little Timbaland fill at the beginning. I like to use a back and forth variation of clap and snare fills throughout my drops, and then sometimes I'll mash them together into one. And I also always like to use 4 to the floor crash cymbals to kind of stress those important fill beats. So you'll hear that come up. There's a clap fill. Here comes the Timbaland. Notice how I brought this conga from the whole percussion in a little bit early to actually complete the fill for this section. And what that does is kind of just from like, there's an early familiarization with that sound in your head that it just feels more natural when the beat comes in for it to continue. I really like the idea of like the drummer, the person who's sitting there playing them to just kind of like, to just early, just kind of lead the whole band in just to boop, 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 boop. Some rises, and here comes that crash cymbal. Got a couple more synths in here. I used a piano to stress the lead melody or the overall melody from the original track. Some other things just showing off some sounds that are to come later in the track. That saw lead comes into play later in the drop as well. One thing that I really found sells the impact of my drops at key moments is just getting a very tuned down horn layer. So like, for instance, this is a little horn hit that I probably tuned down a solid at least 20 steps to get it to where it is. So if you listen to it coming on the beat, really just sells the impact of that. All there's really left to do is add the vocal on top of it, and let's check out how that sounds.
Go ahead and go with it. 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 I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Some other boys don't know how to act. Yeah. I think it's special what's behind your back. Yeah. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. Dirty babe, you see these shackles, baby, I'm the slave. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave. It's just that no one makes me feel this way. Come here, girl. Go ahead, be gone with it. Get your sexy out. Go ahead, be gone with it. I'm bringing sexy back.
And I think the last thing to just highlight about this entire track is the lack of layers I have going on. There's only about 62 tracks in the project. It's very small. There's a singular layer for the bass. There's singular layers for the leads. I'm not a big fan of trying to layer things up too much. I'm actually a big fan of processing sounds to fill out the space that you would like them to fill. I find that that's really allowed me to push the headroom in my tracks, to push the masters in my tracks, and get my loudness up there with the pros. So I had a lot of fun with this project. This song comes out tomorrow for free download. You can find it on my SoundCloud or my YouTube. Make sure you head over to one of those pages and then grab the free download and support all of my shit. Bye.